On the last day of stimulus package announcements, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today unveiled a set of measures expected to give India Inc. some breathing space amid the COVID-19 disruption. The 7 areas in focus in today's announcements were MGNREGA, healthcare, education, business during COVID-19, Decriminalisation of Companies Act, ease of doing business, PSUs in state governments and resources. Now, in a major move aimed to help India Inc. tide over the COVID-19 crisis, Finance Minister said that companies can now directly list their securities in foreign markets. Now, this will make it easier for companies to raise funds during cash crunch. Private companies which list NCDs on stock exchanges will not be regarded as listed companies. Now, this will help private companies in raising funds without having to deal with the additional compliance requirements for listed companies. Finance Minister also announced relief for small companies, one-person companies, producer companies and startups by lowering penalties. Now, the decriminalisation of the Companies Act violations relate to minor technical and procedural defaults like shortcomings in CSR reporting, inadequate in board reporting, fixing defaults, delays in holding AGMs, etc. Now, apart from this, sections 7, 9 and 10 of the IBC will also be amended through an ordinance that will enable suspension of IBC proceedings for a year against companies that default on loan repayments. Also, debts related to the virus will be excluded from default under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. For MSMEs, the minimum threshold to initiate insolvency proceedings has been raised to 1 crore rupees from 1 lakh rupees earlier. In another major reform, Finance Minister said the government will announce a new public sector policy to make India self-reliant or Atmanirbhar in the wake of the coronavirus crisis. She underlined the need for a new coherent policy where all sectors are open to private sector while public sector enterprises play an important role in defined areas. States battling a fund crisis have also been handed a lifeline with the centre increasing the borrowing limit. Now, the centre has decided to increase the borrowing limit of states from 3% earlier to 5% now for FY21. This will give extra resources of 4.28 lakh crore rupees to states. The states have seen a sharp decline in revenues in the COVID-19-led lockdown. Revenue deficit grants to the tune of 12,390 crores were also given in April and May, despite centre's stressed resources. The Finance Minister also hiked spending in MGNREGA as government looks to mitigate the hardships faced by migrant workers. Now, the budget estimates for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee was 61,000 crore rupees. The government will now allocate an additional 40,000 crore rupees. Harnessing technology for ensuring dissemination of educational activities, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced a slew of measures again. The Pradhan Mantri E-Vidya program for multi-mode access to online education will be launched immediately. Top 100 universities will be permitted to automatically start online courses by 30th of May 2020. One Nation, One Digital facility under Diksha for school education. She said that there will also be a one TV channel for every class and a special e-content for Divyang children. Swayam Prabha DTH channels have been launched to support and reach those who do not have access to the internet, and 12 channels will be added. In a move aimed at boosting the healthcare sector now, there will be insurance cover of 50 lakh rupees per person for healthcare professionals. Now, health expenditure will be increased, investment at the grassroots will be ramped up for health and wellness centers with particular focus on the aspirational districts. Now, all districts will have infectious diseases block in hospitals and public health labs will also be set up at the block levels. Now, this will help prepare the health sector deal with pandemics like COVID-19 even in the future. The reforms have been announced at a time when India has seen the highest spike in cases in the last 24 hours of 4987, taking the total number of coronavirus cases to above the 90,000 mark.